Hello everyone. Welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. Teddi Mellencamp reveals reason she had to dump new boyfriend. It turns out that the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills star Teddi Mellencamp is single once again. She is dealing with stage 4 brain cancer right now and was in a new relationship. Now she has decided to end things with her new boyfriend already. Just last month, Teddi was spotted with boyfriend Richie Rie, and they looked really cozy. It turns out that it is already over though. That is because Teddi herself decided to call it quits on this relationship. She opened up about it on her Diamonds in the Rough podcast. The crazy thing is the relationship was already over before the press even knew who she was dating. For some reason, she waited to reveal it's over though. It wasn't that the guy Teddi was dating was a bad guy, but instead, things got too serious too fast for her. She is dealing with a lot with her stage 4 brain cancer, and so it just sounds like it wasn't good timing. Here is what Teddi Mellencamp shared about it. Right now, it started getting to the point where it's starting to get a little bit more serious. I was like, I don't have the capacity for this right now. He's a really nice guy, couldn't be a nicer guy. I don't feel my best. So when I have downtime, I want to rest. It's not even, like, about a need right now. And I think that's the crazy thing about this. Teddi went through a split from her marriage less than a year ago, and things are really changing for her right now. It would make sense that being in a relationship isn't her top priority right now. She did share that he was a nice guy, but things just didn't work out. You never know if they could end up rekindling things in the future at some point. Back in June, Teddi shared saying, I've had to make it clear to people I've dated that this is where I am. This is what I've got. If it's enough for you, great. If it's not enough, I won't be upset. I mean, yes, my feelings will probably be hurting, but this is all I got to give. And if that's enough, great. Are you surprised to hear that Teddi Mellencamp is single once again? Do you think that she made the right choice? Sound off in the comments below. Don't miss the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills when it returns to Bravo with new episodes. Teddi Mellencamp is no stranger to making bold, unapologetic decisions on reality television, in her business ventures, and in her personal life. But her latest revelation has fans stunned and curious as the accountability coach and former Real Housewives of Beverly Hills star has opened up about why she had to abruptly end her relationship with her new boyfriend. In a raw and unexpected confession, Teddi shared the real reason she walked away from what many thought was her first big step into love after her split from husband Edwin Arroyave. And no, it wasn't about infidelity, money, or clashing schedules. It was about who I was becoming, Teddi said during an emotional appearance on her 2Ts in a podcast with co-host Tamra Judge. I didn't recognize myself anymore. Teddi first introduced her mystery boyfriend to fans in a series of soft launch Instagram stories. A back-of-the-head photo here, a wine glass clink there. The internet quickly erupted into speculation. A tall, rugged entrepreneur with a passion for fitness and dogs, he seemed like a perfect match on paper. He even got the rare approval of her kids, and Bravo fans were hopeful. But behind the filtered snapshots and date-night smiles, something darker was brewing. At first, it was fun, Teddi explained. We had great chemistry, he made me laugh, and he seemed to really support what I do. But slowly, I started to notice that I was making excuses for things I'd never tolerate before. I was compromising my values, and worse, my voice. According to Teddi, the breakup didn't come after a dramatic blow-up or a scandalous discovery. It came in the quiet of a Tuesday morning, over coffee, when she looked at herself in the mirror and realized she felt small. He never told me outright what to wear or how to speak. But his energy made me second-guess everything, she said. It was like death by 1,000 cuts. A comment about my podcast being just housewife gossip. A joke about my coaching business being a fad. Little things that seemed harmless in the moment but built up over time. The final straw came during a dinner with friends, when the topic of accountability came up, her bread and butter. As Teddi proudly explained how she helps clients stay consistent with their wellness goals, Her boyfriend laughed and said, "You mean you get paid to boss people around and count their calories?" The table went silent. Teddi smiled politely, but inside, something snapped. "It was like I was watching myself from above," she said. "I laughed it off to keep the peace, but I was crumbling inside. I felt humiliated. Not because of what he said, but because I realized I'd allowed someone into my life who didn't respect what I do. And that's on me." That night, Teddi laid awake replaying the evening over and over again. The next morning, she took a walk alone. No AirPods, no distractions, and came back with clarity. "I've always preached self-worth, boundaries, and authenticity," she said. "But here I was, teaching people to value themselves while slowly devaluing myself in my own relationship. I knew I couldn't keep doing that. Not to myself, and not to the women who look to me for strength." The breakup conversation was brief. Teddi didn't lash out or ask for validation. She simply told him the truth. "This isn't working for me. I'm losing myself, and I won't do that again." His reaction? Shrugs, confusion, and a classic, "You're being too sensitive." "And maybe I was sensitive," she admitted. "But I've learned that sensitivity isn't weakness. It's wisdom. It's your gut screaming when something's wrong." Fans quickly flooded her social media with support once the podcast dropped, many applauding her bravery and transparency. "I didn't want this to be a sob story," Teddi said. "I'm not a victim. I made a mistake. I ignored red flags. But I also had the strength to walk away before those red flags became chains." Tamra Judge, ever the firecracker, chimed in during the episode. "Girl, I've always said, when someone tries to dim your light, hand them a flashlight and show them the way out." Teddi laughed, but the sentiment rang true. While she doesn't regret the relationship entirely, there were good moments, she said. She's grateful for the lessons. "I learned that attraction isn't enough. That being liked isn't the same as being valued. That sometimes love doesn't sound like a violin solo. It sounds like someone genuinely asking how your day was and actually listening." So what's next for the wellness mogul? For now, Teddi's focusing on herself, her children, and her ever-growing podcast and coaching business. She's also diving deeper into mental wellness, exploring the emotional side of accountability.